Hi guys, okay, let's start with the first cake lab we're going to do is the angel food cake. To do this, you're going to need a bundt pan, and these are some examples of bundt pans that we have around the school. Now, the benefit this year to you doing this chiffon, there's egg cake, kind of like a chiffon cake, but it's an angel food, it's a similar category. But the benefit to you doing this angel food cake at home is you probably have some much better quality bundt pans than I have. I was noticing here that my bundt pans have been severely beaten up by students, and they're really hard to use here. So the fact that you have bundt pans, I know I have two really good bundt pans at home that we use around the holidays. They're really good, really easy, and I could knock out an angel food cake in no time at all. In fact, I might try to do a demo at home on angel food cake maybe this upcoming weekend and add it to this scenario. We'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, in case I don't, I wanted to get this module as complete as possible, which is why I've done what I've done here. These are some tips to help you get this lab done effectively. So it's very important that you watch all the way through this quick little few minute presentation of tips. First of all, I want to tell you that the angel food cake recipe that we're using from the book is good. It has worked. If you have the ability, if you have a food processor or a blender at home, I want you to do this. And this is a technical term or technical means of doing it, but I want you to put your sugar in that food processor or blender until you see a cloud of sugar smoke coming out the top of it. Okay. You really need to blend that sugar. The typical granulated sugar we buy in the grocery store is not necessarily fine enough to do an angel food cake. So the finer you can make the sugar, the better results. If you do not have a blender or a food processor that you can put the sugar into, then just make it normally. You're probably going to get a good result as long as you follow everything else. But for a better result, we have learned that processing our sugar to a fine powder is a lot easier. No, I do not want you substituting confectioner's sugar for granulated sugar. Confectioner's sugar has a lot of cornstarch in it, which will change the structure of your recipe. So do not substitute confectioner's sugar because I'm looking for a finer grind. I'm just looking for a finer grind. If you're buying sugar for this project, buy extra fine. Okay? That'll work in all your cakes. Okay? But a typical granulated sugar, like most of us have at home, I would tell you to food process it a little bit if you have that availability. Okay, moving along. A couple of things you're going to need besides a bundt pan. When the cake comes out of the oven, so when you remove it from the oven, you're going to need to set it on a cooling rack for a couple of minutes, and that's fine. But you're also going to need, when that comes out of the oven, a little cup. Now, before you fill your cake pan, okay, I'm going to go back and forth here. Make sure this ring here you see on the cake pan, whichever one you're using, okay, will fit on your little cup or bowl upside down. You can use a bowl, a cereal bowl, anything. I like to use one with a little ridge because I don't want it to slide off. But it won't slide off unless you got a little brother or sister running by it, or a cat or something like that running by it. You should be okay. It won't slide off, okay? But what we're going to do is when it comes out of the oven, we're going to set it down for a couple of minutes and let it cool. After about 2 to 3 minutes, we're going to invert it just like this on that cup, okay, where that ring is on that cup. And that allows that angel food cake to just, instead of trying to fall in the pan, it allows it to kind of, well, we're upside down, but it's still falling. Gravity's still taking it down, but that's taking it to the top of the pan, so it's almost kind of rising. So it stops it from the natural process of wanting to fall, and it lets it sit there. No, it won't particularly fall out of that pan, but you want to leave it here for about a half hour to an hour until it completely cools. Then you can retake it, invert it back, and remove it from the pan. Okay, so just a couple little extra tips for the angel food cake. And like I said, if I get an opportunity, I will make an angel food cake and try to record myself at home getting that done. So with any luck, you guys will have a demo on this. We'll see. All right, thanks. Good luck. Bye-bye.